All right, hey guys, Jason here, and we're going to talk about these shafts right here. Continuing on with my PoorBoy shafts, as you guys know, I have been shooting for the all summer, or I mean all winter long and everything since this year, all year I should say, for the last 6 months. I've been shooting PoorBoy arrows. These right here, my top archery, which you're seeing right here, actually got one that's out, but I've been shooting with the top archery shafts, which is what this one is. It's got the yellow wrap on it, and I've done full videos on those, and they work fantastic. You notice here I got some Carbon Express Predators in here right now. Carbon Express Predator 600 shafts are the ones without the wrap on them, and these are also a PoorBoy arrow. That's my Legend 49 right there too. Awesome bow. But so we have these. Here it is right here for you to see it. Okay, right here, a Super Express head on there. The Carbon Express 600 shaft, as you're seeing right here, Predator 600, fletched up, ready to roll. But so people are going to be like, well, I thought you were using PoorBoy arrows. Why'd you give up on the Amazon shafts? I didn't give up on nothing. These are even more PoorBoy than the top archery ones are when you really stop and think about it, because of the fact that I did not buy these anywhere from Carbon Express or anybody around here that carries Carbon Express. I ordered these shafts. I found them by accident on Linkboy. Okay, one of you guys as a commenter told me check out Linkboy in my PoorBoy arrow setup. Said that Linkboy has some good ones too. So I went on there and I was looking for a 6.2 millimeter shaft, which is what my top archery shafts are. Okay, here's another one of them. This is the top archery right here. Okay, top archery 600s. These are what I use. Okay, but as I was looking for more of these, or something else like this as a different alternative, because you guys had bought all these out. When I put this on there, you guys literally ate them up so fast that the link's been dead forever. I think they're back now because I just ordered another 2 dozen of these. But like I said, you guys took them all out of the game as far as ordering, so I wanted to find something different. So I went to linkboy.com. All right, let's get a word from our sponsors here, WEIZE batteries. These guys right here, we have their mini. This is the 100 amp hour little mini. This thing weighs next to nothing, perfect size, and wicked, wicked powerful. We use this for anything we need to power these fridges, power camp stuff, to do anything we want to. I've turned this one into a little 12-volt do-it-all powerhouse with a 12-volt socket. I can plug this in right here, boom. In camp, I got 4 USBs, charge my phone, my GoPros, anything I need to, and it runs forever. Take that out if I need 120 volt power right there. I got 2 USBs and 150 watts of 120 volt to do my laptop, run a light bulb in camp, anything I want to do. Easy peasy. If I get a power outage, I can simply hook this up to my inverter, run my TVs in my fridge or anything I need to. My freezer being outside, I can run it off of one of these. WEIZE offers batteries and everything you can think of, all the way from 6 volt all the way up to 73 volt. They got them for golf carts. They got them for your boat. They got them for your car, your RV, your camp setups. They got off-grid power station setups. You name it, WEIZE offers it. When it comes to batteries, they have everything covered. AGM batteries, LiPo 4s like we're seeing here, dual purpose, bundle kits, you name it, WEIZE has it. And they're right there for you. Their prices are good. The quality's phenomenal. I'm very impressed with them. Great stuff from WEIZE. Check them out. Any of your battery needs, they got you covered. And on there, I found what was called, I look under 6.2 because that's what I shoot. 6.2 millimeter shaft is basically your 244, 246 shaft. And that's what I use. And I went on there and I saw these. They were just it was called a CE 600. And I'm like, CE, let's click on it. I clicked on it, and then here's the picture you see is like right there, right off the bat when you click on it. I'm like, Carbon Express, huh? And so I looked them up, and here it is. So Linkboy builds the Carbon Express Predator for Carbon Express. They make this arrow for Carbon Express. And that's the way a lot of these things are. You think traditional only or Carbon Express or Victory or any of these other than like Easton stuff or Gold Tip. Gold Tip's got a place in, I think, is Mexico. It's where they are. Easton's, there's a couple Eastons that are US made, but many of them are not. But anyway, point being, there's a billion brands out here that are all having their arrows private labeled, Carbon Express being one. Carbon Express doesn't make their own shafts for these. They have somebody else do it. Linkboy is one of the ones that is doing this and building those shafts for Carbon Express. So it's the same exact arrow except the difference is the price of these per dozen is $29.95. Let me double check that because I know they were 30 something. They're on sale. Yeah, they're $29.98. $29.98 for a dozen of these shafts, these Carbon Express shafts here, where I think they're like 65 bucks a dozen if you buy them from like Lancaster or something like that. But so they're half the price through Linkboy, the direct from the manufacturer. The kicker with that, though, is that the shipping, because they are shipping from China, is going to be a little bit more, and it takes about 2 weeks to get them. But you're paying, I think, and it didn't matter if I bought 1 dozen, 2 dozen, 3 dozen, or 4 dozen. I think shipping was $20 either way. So if you're going to buy 1 dozen, it still saves you some money. But the way to do it is to buy 3 or 4 dozen of these, because then you're paying 30 bucks per shaft. So you're only paying $20 to ship all of them. So it's worth it. But that's it right there. And then that comes with a 32-inch long shaft. 600. You got all the different spine weights of these things. I will put the direct link to them down below, but looking if I had any specs, the 500 grain, these are 600, but a 500 grain is 6.7 grains per inch of arrow length, 6.7 grains of weight per arrow inch. This one is 600 is 5.3 grains per inch on here. So all in all, with my setup here as I got it, right here, I have a 27-inch arrow from throw to nock to back of carbon right here, 27 inches. And we have a 200 grain Super Express Ace head on here on a 46 grain adapter with a 200 grain brass insert inside of here and a gold tip nock. Now on these, I will say, these are being a 244 and the top archery being a 246. The gold tip nocks fit in both, but man, they are a little tight in this Carbon Express one, meaning that like to turn them, I cannot turn that nock myself. So I have to put in my teeth into it or grab them with a pair of pliers to adjust them to line up for broadheads. But man, they fit good and it holds solid. There is no doubt about it. Inserts, everything fit in here perfect. They work fantastic here. And then I don't remember what the straightness is on these. Do they say? They do not, and honestly, I don't care. Shooting traditional bows, I don't care if it's a .006, .003. I know these are a .003. Yeah, these say right on them on the top archery. They say .003 right on there. And but I don't know what these Carbon Expresses are right here. But like I said, if it's a .06 or .03, I don't even care. They fly perfect. We have shot these quite a bit. Okay, we've been using these now ever since I grabbed the 49er, the Legend 49 pound. That's what I call it. But this is by Legend Longbows. This was the first one he ever made me, and I love that bow. And we've been shooting it. We've killed a few hogs with it already, 2 hogs with it already, and it's doing a great job. And we've been using these arrows. So these arrows I've killed 2 hogs with already, and we've also been stump shooting. You notice the one on there with my judo on it is one of these, and they're just like the top archery shafts right here, same as this one. They hold up to the abuse tremendously. Now, it is a little shinier of a shaft than a top archery. Top archery here, you can see a little more gloss on that shaft, barely, but there is a slight little more gloss factor to this bottom one, the Carbon Express one that you can see. But this is a little more gray, a little more dark black. But absolutely fantastic arrows. And if you're looking for another option other than a top archery, 30 bucks a dozen for these things, you really can't beat that. I mean, there is no world where this is a bad thing. This is a Carbon Express Predator 2, and I'll put the link. But on Linkboy, who has a tremendous amount of options. So if you're shooting the micro diameters or you want to shoot anything else, they got them. But even these, you can get these all the way up to a spine of 1,000. It's pretty impressive. Spine of 240 to 1,000 or 170 to 1,000. So you get every spine category you could imagine in these shafts. And 30 bucks, $30 per dozen, man, that's hard to beat. And like I said, they do not come with any nocks or inserts when you get them, but that's good because I don't use the stuff that comes with them anyway. I love a gold tip GT nock. It's got the indexer on it. They've always worked good for me, and I don't think I've ever broke one. And that's important because a broken nock means a dry-fired bow. So I really like the GT, gold tip GT nocks. And I use my own, like I said, I got Amazon brass inserts in there that are, that big, being 200 grains. Works like a champ. Gives me a 633 grain arrow in this setup as you're seeing it right here. And with those prices, you just can't beat that. I mean, we're talking about phenomenal They're Carbon Express Predators. That's what they are. So for the people that are, well, Amazon shafts aren't quite as good. Okay, the weights were off. No, the weights aren't off. I went through and I did a test on 4 dozen of these things, and they're actually better weighted comparison-wise than gold tips were. These things blew gold tip out of the water as far as how consistent the weights were per the shafts that I had than what gold tip was. So don't think for a second or give me any of that crap that these knockoff arrows are not that good. I'm here to tell you straight up, after 6 months of using them, bull. Straight up bull. There is no place in the world that I'm seeing where a $100 per dozen or more carbons are going to outperform these for us as bow hunters. Not in any possible way over these $30 per dozen ones. Never seen it before in my life. I'm not gonna, and I probably never will. So for me, these are all I will shoot. These are my arrows, this one or these Top Archery, but these cheaper Amazon, as we want to call them, but again, keep in mind that what you see here is an Amazon is actually Carbon Express. Okay, from China, where they always come from. But these arrows like this, buying them this way, this is the only way I'll ever do it for the rest of my life. I currently, as I sit right now, think I have 11 dozen shafts between the Carbon Express and the Top Archeries. And like I said, not a lot of money invested in, 29 bucks a dozen. Can't argue with it. I'll put the link below, but questions, comments, anything you got, throw them in here. Thanks for watching.